Boom. All right, so boom. Now we about to get in. We about to get a group of people in here, and we about to commentate over this shit. We about to go, cause you know what? I'm bored. I'm bored, and I want to do something different. So let's just call this shit UFC 300. All right, we gonna say UFC 300. UFC 300 right now. Shout out to Umar. All right. What's up? How we doing? We're doing something a little bit different. All right. We about to go in. It's not gonna hear you, bro, because it's gonna be talking through my my controller. I'm using the Elgato. So difficulty legendary. We're gonna have the AI go at legendary. We're gonna have 11 fights. We gotta decide. It's gonna be Madison Square Garden. Why not? Accelerated. Don't skip. We skipping some of the cutscenes. Advanced settings. All right. Are we gonna have competitive stats? No. Perks on. We're gonna have this go stamina cost. We're gonna increase it by here. Damage up by a little bit, and transition speed, so they scramble more. Right here. Submission speed, we'll have that go a little bit higher. Competitive HUD, okay. So this is what we're about to do. We're about to create. We about to create a crazy ass UFC card, and we're gonna commentate over this shit, all right? Cause I'm bored, right? I want to do something. I want to do something a little bit different right now. So let's see. Let's go create the event. Let's customize the event. Okay. We're already here. I don't know what they're doing all this for. Okay. Autofill. Nah. Who the fuck is gonna want this as a main event? No. Que se jodieron. Tan loco. Hold on. Select. We're not gonna have one of these. We're not gonna have one of these. Alright, so this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna share it. Well, it's what I wanna do. Not about what you wanna do, it's about what I wanna do. Let's see. We'll go here. Let's think of the matchups. We're gonna create a pay-per-view. Just gonna throw on the audio for the commentary. We'll have some fun with this. Alright, so first of all, it's an undercard fight, so it's not gonna be anything too crazy. So let's think. Let's see. They do always disrespect the ladies. Khabib versus Charles. Alright, let's think. Half these guys ain't even in the game no more. So let's think about, okay, if we're thinking of an undercard, let's think off rip. Let's think. Let's go welterweight. Let's fucking throw Ben Askren versus Damian Myers. Nah, he's not in the UFC no more. Okay. I'm trying to think. We're gonna have to get the retired old heads. We're gonna get Nick Diaz off rip. And he's gonna face. Who we're gonna have him face? Let's have him face against Robbie Lawler. No, let's have him face against think of a matchup for Nick. BJ Penn. Okay, that's the first one. That's the first one we're gonna start off this. Okay, we got Nick Diaz versus BJ Penn. Alright, next bout. Ooh, this is actually nice. E. Levine. I'm gonna choose Michael. Honestly, Michael Johnson versus Jeremy Stevens is low-key fire. I actually might leave that there. That's actually a good one. Light heavyweight. Choose fighters. Yo, I mean, it wouldn't be a card if we don't got. Let's go with Khalil Roundtree. Go Khalil Roundtree versus Luke Rockhold? Nah, light heavyweight? Nah. Alexander Rakic. That could work. Lyoto Machida. We can also rock with Vitor Belfort. That's gonna be a hell of a matchup right there. Boom. That's second. We got old heads coming back early to start the card, right? Boom. Flyweight. They want flyweight. Choose fighters. Trying to think of some shit. Because you want to save the good fights for last, so you don't want to do nothing too crazy. Yeah. Damn, the only thing that you could do here is like cool ass weight classes. So let's switch it up to middleweight. And let's drop Let's put in. I'm trying to think. Nah, not even middleweight. Hold on. I'm trying to think right here. I'm gonna try to Ivasa swing and bang with somebody. Who'd be a good person for him to fight? Now, actually, I want to see revenge. I want to see revenge between him and Taito Ivasa. Okay, that's all. That's not even the main card. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, bantamweight. Herbie ain't doing too much wrestling. Let's see, what can we go with here? We could go with Frankie Edgar versus Dominic Cruz. Frankie Edgar versus Dominic Cruz. We can do that. Boom, boom. That's gonna be the featured prelim. All right, we got a main card. All right, main card. What's gonna be for our main card? Cody versus Sean. Okay, we gotta have a triple title fight. Triple title fight. Or quadruple title fight. Okay. Let's have bantamweight. No, I used to do the same thing. Championship. Choose fighters. We're gonna have Sean O'Malley, champion, versus Corey Sandhagen. Right? We'll have that. For the main event, I don't know what I want for the main event yet, so look, let's figure that out. We can go here. Yo, I know exactly who to pick. John Jones versus Tom Kulopina. Either Tom Aspinall or Sergey Pavlovich. You know what? We'll do Aspinall. We'll do Aspinall. Sean vs. Garbrandt. Boom. Title fight. And then right here, we might have a triple. Yeah, I'm thinking like this one has to be. I'm thinking this one has got to be like. Volkanovski versus Khabib. Nah, it's gonna be too close to Makhachev and Oliveira. Let's say Islam Makhachev versus Volkanovski up again. Nah, we already seen that matchup. I don't know. I'm thinking, bro. Khabib comes back. Khabib versus Volk. I was gonna say Khabib versus Oliveira, but Khabib versus Volk. We can rock with that. We could definitely rock with that. Okay. And then for right here, I know exactly who's gonna be. We're gonna have at welterweight. We're gonna have. Fuck it. Let's have Leon Edwards versus Kobe Covington. Right here. Boom. This has to be a title fight. One right here. Saki versus anyone. And you know what we'll have. We're gonna switch it though. This one won't be a title fight. We're gonna have. Let's have Israel Adesanya versus Dricus du Plessis. That's a number one contender fight. Let's have that. Yeah, I saw it, bro. We got number one contender fight here at middleweight, right? We'll have this right here. Sean versus Shavkat Rakhmonov. I'm trying to keep it strict weight classes. Khabib makes his return. Leon Edwards versus Kobe here. We'll have Corey versus Sean here. And then we'll have, I don't know, maybe I don't even want the John Jones fight. We could do another top contender fight. What about that? How about Shavkat versus Khamzat Chimaev. How about we do that? We'll do Shavkat versus Chimaev. I think that'd be much better. Shavkat versus Chimaev. Boom. And we'll make that be a 3-rounder. This is actually this is actually like low key nice ass card. It's definitely like a fantasy card for sure. Frankie Edgar versus Dominic Cruz. You know, we already seen this matchup. Maybe Kevin Holland versus somebody. Give me ideas. Give me ideas. Y'all are here. Y'all are here. Something fun. Something I want to see. I want to see how the game is going to play it out too. Maybe not even heavyweight. Let's see Sergey. You know what we'll do? Let's go. How about Sergey versus Aldo versus Sterling? That's a good one. Main card, Aldo versus Sterling. Fight 1, fight 2. Yo, that'd actually be dope. Yeah, we could do that. Aldo versus away national. Terry Lewis versus Stephen Struve. Khabib versus GSP. He's not welterweight. Should we have that be the main event then? GSP versus Yo, actually, GSP versus Anderson Silva sounds like a great idea. Let's do that. Instead of Khabib versus Volkanovski, let's do Khabib versus Anderson Silva. I said Khabib. GSP. Anderson Silva. And we'll have GSP. Anderson Silva versus GSP. Leon Edwards versus Colby Covington. Sean O'Malley versus Corey Sandhagen. Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Khamzat Chimaev. Legendary versions. Yeah, you know what? Hold on. Let's make it combined, and now choose the weight class. So that would be get the legendary version. Yeah, you're right. It's gonna go by alphabetical order. Okay, Silva. Is it gonna give us access to that GSP? No, it's not. We can't even do the prime GSP if we wanted to. All right, because if we go welterweight here, it don't let him go. We could have GSP versus Kamaru Usman. We could do that. Khabib, you gotta have Khabib in there. I mean, he did retire. Maybe we should leave him alone. Got Robert Whittaker in welterweight. Let's see. We have GSP here, but we're not allowed to use Anderson Silva. Khabib versus Ferguson. That's plausible. Khabib versus Islam. Let's see. Yeah, the main event is tough. The what? The what fight? You mean Jermell Charlo? Is that what you're trying to say? Yeah, this main event is tough. It's tough. I'm trying to really figure this out. Damn, I'm mad they don't let you do Prime GSP versus no Connor? Nah. Oh, actually, bingo. I mean, it wouldn't go any different. Oh, actually, no. I got a better idea. You're right. There you go. Charles versus Connor. We can do Islam. Do y'all want to see? What do you want to see? Do y'all want to see Islam versus Connor, or do y'all want to see Charles versus Connor? Like, what do y'all want to see? That's gonna be like our main event. Our main event is UFC 300. We gotta think about it. It's UFC 300. Pro comments, I have a question. We go here. Here we go. Do y'all want to see Charles? Charles? Okay, we're getting to Charles. Okay, y'all want to see Charles, not Islam. Okay, Charles versus Conor. Okay. We're trying to make it like a plausible matchup. Frankie's already there. Frankie's fighting against Dominic Cruz for his retirement. We have Adesanya versus Dricus for the number 1 contender at middleweight. We have welterweight. We have this going on. And then we have Sean O'Malley versus Corey Sandhagen. We got Aldo coming back out of retirement to fight Sterling. If he beats Sterling, he fights the winner of this. And Colby waited another year and a half so we can get this fight. Frankie already beat Charles Oliveira in real life. We could probably replace some of the fights down here. I mean, look, I put Nick Diaz versus BJ Penn because they're going to be old as hell. Open this shit up. But we could do Jim Miller at 300 as a requirement. Jim Miller versus BJ Penn then. Let's have him open up the card. We'll have Jim Miller. Jim Miller. Strickland, the number 1 contender fight is going on already, so you don't have to be on this card. The winner of Adesanya and DDP fights Strickland. After we're gonna have to do a fight for Strickland between if they're not gonna do a rematch, well, it'd be Jared or some shit. Let's see, where's Jim Miller? Yeah, he is. That's why they want to see it. Let's see. Where the fuck is Jim Miller? There he is. Jim Miller versus BJ Penn. Frankie's already on the card. He's already on the card, bro. We're not removing these two. So Jim Miller versus BJ Penn. BJ Penn might try to make his comeback. We got Michael Johnson versus Jeremy Stevens. Khalil Rountree versus Vitor Belfort. I mean, we could replace this one low-key. Like, low-key. But, like, you know, you always have that one fight that kind of sucks. I just don't want to see them grapple each other. Alright, you know what? Zabit versus Yair. I like where your head's at. This is going to be the greatest. Actually, Yair is it's a beat, yeah. That's true. DJ versus TJ. They would disrespect DJ and TJ by putting them under here, right? Alright, so we got alright, so this is the card. So we got Jim Miller versus BJ Penn, Michael Johnson versus Jeremy Stevens, Yair Rodriguez versus Zabit, Derek Lewis versus Tai Tuivasa, Frankie Edgar versus Dominic Cruz, Jose Aldo versus Aljamain Sterling, Israel Adesanya versus DDP, Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Hamzat Chimaev. Oh. There's just always got to be that one heavyweight fight. Well, let's see. I mean, DJ versus TJ. Nah, but TJ's done. DJ's in one. Don't want to. That's definitely a fantasy matchup though. So we could have that. Yeah, you know, we can have that. We got a flyweight bout between those two. Easy one for Zabit. All right, let's go. Let's hope this works out. DJ, he returns for a $1 million layoff. He's gonna get $2 million if he wins. All right, so we got Oliveira versus Conor McGregor. Islam. So this is what happened. All right, this is gonna be the storyline. Makhachev beat Oliveira, right? He beat Oliveira. He retired just like Khabib, and Charles was able to get back the belt. Colby was sitting out for 64 years, and he finally decides to Leon Edwards. Sean O'Malley and Corey Sandhagen, they didn't give Sterling the rematch, and he went under surgery. He came back and waited for Corey Sandhagen. This is for welterweight, so Hamza actually decides to make the weight, and Shavkat wins his most recent fight. Adesanya took some time off. He's fighting DDP to get a shot at Sean Strickland. Aldo's coming back off of retirement to fight Sterling. This is Frankie Edgar and Dominic Cruz's retirement fight. DJ's only coming back for like a $4 million contract or whatever. Yair is going to welcome back Zabit Magomedov, coming back from being retired as a doctor. What Michael Johnson versus Jeremy Stevens. Actually, I got a better idea. It's not even gonna be BJ Penn. It's not even gonna be BJ Penn. It's gonna be Patty. 64 years, right? Then Michael Johnson versus Jeremy. I mean, yo, we don't have a single heavyweight fight that we want. We don't have no big boys. None of the big boys is up, huh? I'm up for grabs for, like, you know, the time between this fight right here. So we can go. I don't know. Maybe we don't need a big boy fight. I think maybe we could leave Michael Johnson and Jeremy Stevens to swing and bang. Bilal on a 23 fight win streak, still no title shot. You know they never show Bilal any love. All right, so this is the card. Jim Miller and Paddy Pimblet, they're gonna open up the card. Michael Johnson and Jeremy Stevens, actually, not even Jeremy Stevens, because Jeremy Stevens is no longer in the UFC, right? He's not in the UFC anymore. Actually, I know exactly who to book him against. I know exactly who to book. Michael Johnson versus Tony Ferguson 2. My game audio is a little bit messed up. Let me see. I could fix that real quick. Yeah. Oh, it's because it's muted. That's why. Que lo que. Okay, let me just adjust that real quick. I know why it's not capturing the game audio. I was doing something for EA. Hello. So we go here. Is it not capturing the game audio? Let me test the audio. Que lo que, maní, mamá huevo. It's working. Okay, yeah, I hear it there. Oh, it's working right here on this side. Okay, it's working. I can hear it just fine. Nah, cool. We'll have Michael Johnson versus Tony Ferguson. The second fight. Tony Ferguson actually beat Paddy Pimblet. That's gonna be the storyline. So Tony Ferguson, after getting his ass whooped for the entire first round, submits Paddy Pimblet in the second. Where's Ferguson? You're sick. Alright. Well, UFC 4 had 22 million players, so there's that. Alright, so now let's go over the card. Jim Miller versus Paddy Pimblet. Michael Johnson versus Tony Ferguson 2. Yair Rodriguez versus Zabit Magomedsharipov. Demetrius Johnson versus TJ Dillashaw for a $1 $5 million fight. The retirement fight of Frankie Edgar versus Dominic Cruz. Actually, let me make Dominic needs to be red corner. He needs to be red corner. I know Frankie technically already retired. He already retired, right? But fuck it, we always want to see this fight. Tetro booming once some more. Alright, let's see. Then we got Aldo coming back from boxing. And then we got this fight. Okay. I think this is the card. This is the card we got. UFC 300. For the belt, but on the other card, nah, I'm not gonna make him fight for the belt. It's just a special belt. All right, let's start the event. All right, and we have to tweak the audio, right? Travers Connor's crazy. Yeah, that's what we gotta do. All right, we're gonna. All right, we got Jim Miller versus Paddy. It's too late. Nah, I'm not playing. It's all AI. All right. Let's tune this. Alright. Y'all obviously don't want the audio. There's no commentary. Maybe we could have it a little bit off to the side. Like a little bit right here. Right, we'll tone it down here to like a 25. We'll turn down our master volume to here to 85. crowd is gonna go crazy. Arena speech, sound effects. Yeah, we'll have it right here. That sounds good. Herb Dean.
Ready.
Chandler's already done. Alright. Jim Miller coming out with the glove touch. No glove touch. Paddy Pimblet goes for a head kick off rip. Jim Miller feinting the level change, looking to get Paddy Pimblet down to the mat, but instead gets nailed by a lead uppercut. You put commentary on. Slips that fucking head kick from fucking Paddy Pimblet. Clinches him. Tries to press him against the cage, but fails. Shoots to take down and gets down Paddy Pimblet. But it's immediately put in the rubber guard of Paddy Pimblet. Paddy Pimblet going for a submission. Well, shit. Is that a goddamn... Nah, bro. Stop. Paddy Pimblet is not about to submit Jim Miller with a fucking go-go platter. You are not that ass. You are not that ass. Bro, he can't keep getting away with this. Are you serious? Paddy Pimblet is about to finish a go-go platter on Jim Miller in the first round. What? Oh, shit! And just like that, Paddy Pimblet sleeps Jim Miller in the first round with a go-go platter from rubber guard. And just like that, the arch nemesis of Martial Mind is put to sleep. This is on Legendary. Wow. Oh my God. Are you serious? Look at this setup. Right straight to the rubber guard. Jim got a little bit too impatient. Got caught. And he got put to sleep. Not like that, Jim Miller. Oh my God. Marshall lost to him 3 times, man. Marshall Mind exposed. In front of a live Madison Square Garden audience.
Declaring the winner by submission due to a go-go plata. Paddy, the Paddy Pimblet.
I gotta put it on pro. Oh my, it might be too late. It might be too late. Oh my God. Let's continue. Hey, listen, it might. Hey, look, if the next fight ends in a submission, then we'll try to change it. Every time, it is what it is. It is what it is. Tony Ferguson, after a victory over Paddy Pimblet, who just won his fight back after his first loss in the UFC to Tony Ferguson, makes a return to try and take on Michael Johnson, looking to avenge that loss. Fuck it, we ball indeed. Michael Johnson, in the traditional southpaw stance, refuses to touch gloves with Tony Ferguson, tries to fire off a knee. Tony Ferguson back with the classic pressure, but a nice knee fires off of Michael Johnson. Nice body teep to separate the dangerous El Cucuy. Now, El Cucuy, he's been coming back from a lot of injuries, crazy fights with Beneil Dariush and Charles Oliveira, and a lot of us said that he was done. But in true El Cucuy fashion, he got a little bit of stem cell surgery. And he's looking to get back this W. And he rocks Michael Johnson! Overhand combination lands for Tony Ferguson. And Michael Johnson is on the retreat, but a good leg kick from Michael Johnson keeps him back. Block counter lands for Michael Johnson. You can tell that Michael Johnson's still hurt, but he lands a nice right hand. Head kick a little bit off center. Clinches, try to slow down the pressure, and a nice knee lands for Michael Johnson. Oh my gosh. Block counter lands again for Tony Ferguson. Tony Ferguson looks on point tonight. Switch kicks, feints it, but ends up landing to the body. And you can see the investment of making Michael Johnson drop his hands to attack up top. And another block counter lands beautifully for Michael Johnson. Michael Johnson now in the orthodox stance. Not something that we're used to seeing. And he's paying for it from a nice southpaw body kick from Tony Ferguson. Rear leg kick lands. Cross lead hook lands for Michael Johnson, and the combinations are flowing. Nice body kick again lands for Tony Ferguson, but it checks the leg kick. Michael Johnson seems to be a little bit confused here. Nice leg kick lands. And you can see that the pressure of Tony Ferguson is making Michael Johnson think a little bit differently about his approach. Superman punch attempted by Tony Ferguson, stopped by the cross on Michael Johnson. Another lead calf kick lands. Clinch attempt denied by Tony Ferguson. Ferguson really wants to put that memory of the loss to Bobby Green behind him. He's been able to do that by having another comeback Hail Mary submission against Paddy Pimblet earlier in this year. But he really wants to end out the year with this win over Michael Johnson to really prove that he still belongs in the lightweight division. Body kick, thwarted, knee, lands on nobody. We're pushing to a minute left in this bout. Another clinch attempt, and Michael Johnson returns back to the stance he does most of his best work from offensively. Double jab lands, jab lead hook. Nice slip off the center line. And the interesting thing about Tony Ferguson is that, he understood that he hadn't been able to perform the way that he knows how to best. He went over to Mexico, got himself some stem cell surgery. Oh, but he gets rocked! Spoke a little bit too soon about the return, and Michael Johnson manages to take back the momentum in this bout. 7 seconds left. We have ourselves a fight. And a smart clinch attempt from Michael Johnson. How are these guys going to recover back from the stool after a very exciting round one? Glove touch denied for Michael Johnson again. He does not want to make friends with Tony Ferguson and pays for the glove touch. Gets sat down by Tony Ferguson. Tony Ferguson's back and he rocks Michael Johnson one more time. Michael Johnson is back on the retreat. And this is not looking good. He's still on wobbly legs. Body jab from Tony Ferguson. Excuse me. Michael Johnson got to look to do something different here. He's winding up with a lot of shots, and Tony Ferguson has now found his rhythm. This is the Tony that we are used to seeing in the octagon. Went on a very long 6-fight losing streak. Hasn't really found himself since then until tonight. Remember, even in the Paddy Pimblet fight, he was losing that first round very badly. Almost borderline at 10-8. But now, as he drops Michael Johnson earlier in this round, he's having a lot more success. Michael Johnson gets rocked one more time, and the doctor's going to have to take a look at this because he is stumbling all over the octagon. And he does not look recovered from that cut, but a nice counter lands from Michael Johnson. Let us know that he's still in this fight. Oh my Lord, Tony Ferguson. Amazing that Tony Ferguson can still do this at 40 years of age. And a nice Superman punch lands for Tony Ferguson. Smart clinch attempt from Michael Johnson. Looking to get some dirty boxing to slow down the pressure of Tony Ferguson. Oh, Tony Ferguson gets rocked! Good evasive head movement from Tony Ferguson. El Cucuy recovers quickly from that very stinging left hand. Now Michael Johnson's on the pressure. Tony Ferguson fires off a head kick. Oh, and he slips and lands to the body. Gets the respect of Tony Ferguson. Oh my Lord, a front kick lands! This has been an incredible bout, and this is only the second fight of this pay-per-view. Tony Ferguson opts not to jump on Michael Johnson. And oh my Lord! Tony Ferguson's mounts him. He has him in full mount. Tony Ferguson finishes Michael Johnson in the second round. What a crazy bout for Tony Ferguson. Wow, 2 finishes already to start off this UFC 300 card. Tony Ferguson, against all odds, defies Father Time and comes back and hands Michael Johnson his 5th straight loss. This has got to be a crazy get-back moment for Tony Ferguson. You have the feel for Michael Johnson. It just seems that he always finds a way to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. Had a strong end to that first round, got a little bit too overzealous, didn't want to touch the gloves of Tony Ferguson, and he paid for it. And it is all over. The crowd is in shock, cheering on El Cucuy Tony Ferguson. And this has been an incredible bout.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Yves Levine has called a stop to this contest.
I can't believe this. Wow.
Round number 2. Declaring the winner by knockout,
Tony El Cucuy Ferguson. That was in round 2, 3 minutes and 25 seconds. Tony Ferguson. We may not see a title fight in his future, but he is showing that he is here to stay in the UFC. Incredible performance from Tony Ferguson. Wow, I cannot believe that shit happened. And we are only moments away from closing out the undercard, we have Yair Rodriguez versus Zabit Magomedsharipov. Magomedsharipov coming back. He took some time to retire. Was working as a doctor over in Dagestan. Realized Yair Rodriguez was talking a lot of shit on Twitter and said, I cannot stand for this. So he is back making his return. This is a 3-round bout, but we do know that Zabit Magomedsharipov has had some cardio issues. But so has Yair Rodriguez. And this fight is surely to be a barn burner. No, I can't wait. That was actually crazy. That was actually nuts.
You ready?
Yair Rodriguez in the red corner. Zabit Magomedsharipov in the blue. Now we are off to our third fight of this pay-per-view. Third fight of the prelims. Zabit Magomedsharipov attacking the lower legs of Yair Rodriguez. Already forcing a stance switch here, Joe. And it seems that they're just staring at each other. And the crowd is getting rather restless, but a spinning elbow lands for Zabit Magomedsharipov. You know, at a high level, it takes them. You tend to see this more in sloppier fights where they're a little bit winging for damage and hoping something lands. But these two guys are very strict strikers. Very well versed in the art of kickboxing. A nice dodge from Zabit Magomedsharipov. Tries to throw out a clinch attempt, but gets sidestepped. And a nice body kick lands from Yair Rodriguez. This is extremely tactical, and the spear from Zabit Magomedsharipov takes down Yair Rodriguez. Denies a transition. Now we know that Yair has had a weakness on the ground for quite some time. His shoulder in his bout against Frankie Edgar. Now suffering some ground and pound from the back mount position against Zabit Magomedsharipov. Yair is able to recover into half guard. But the guard gets past. Zabit is putting on the pressure already into knee on belly, and Yair does not seem to have an answer. Wow. And this is off of a 3-year layoff. Zabit is making a statement to the featherweight division, and he's proven that, you know, he wants to fight Alexander Volkanovski. After this, he's been talking a lot about it in the press fight conference, saying that he is the true champion of the featherweight division, and he is already providing a beating to Yair Rodriguez way faster than Volkanovski did. But Yair Rodriguez is back up on the feet. Eats a nasty body spinning side kick. 2 minutes left into the first round. Nice combination lands for Yair Rodriguez, but return fire from Zabit Magomedsharipov. He looks fantastic today. Superman punch lands for Zabit Magomedsharipov. And you know, Zabit, he was a social media icon when it came to his crazy stuff. Doesn't speak much. And as we say that, he lands a beautiful combination. You know, the spitting attacks, the taekwondo. You know, Aljamain Sterling spoke of in the Joe Rogan podcast that Zabit Magomedsharipov was the guy that knocked him out in training. But an uppercut, if you're talking about knockouts, lands for Yair to let us know we cannot forget about him. And he dodges the oncoming flurry from Zabit. Clinch attempt from Zabit Magomedsharipov, takes him against the cage, goes for an Imanari roll. This is why we love. This is why fans have been asking for Zabit to be back in the octagon. Question mark kick lands for Yair Rodriguez. He's still in this fight. We kick, nice combo. Oh! 360 tornado kick just misses by thanks to the great elusive movement from Yair Rodriguez. And this has been a crazy first round. Definitely Zabit's round, but Yair's definitely showing that he's still in it. Question mark kick just grazes the forearm of Zabit. Alright, heading into round 2 in this stellar bout. Gauging the distance once again. Nice side kick to the head lands for Yair Rodriguez. He needs to make a statement. And a head kick lands for Zabit Magomedsharipov, and he sits down Yair Rodriguez. Yair Rodriguez is on the retreat. And Zabit is feeling himself. He's getting into his flow, his own personal rhythm. He doesn't seem like he's missed a beat at all. Nice clinch knee lands on the exit for Zabit Magomedsharipov. Side kick misses, and Zabit, his footwork is just so crafty. He's forcing Yair Rodriguez to miss a lot of punches. Goes for the takedown, but wow, gets denied. Woo. Can you feel the tension? Can you feel the tension between these two elite featherweights? Head kick attempt. Body switch kick lands for Zabit Magomedsharipov. Attacks the body of Yair, and Ooh, question mark kick almost lands on Zabit. Spinaroonie from Yair Rodriguez. He has to do something big here if he wants to take the fight back in his momentum. Takedown attempt from Zabit, but denied again. More good work like that from Yair Rodriguez. But right now, if I'm one of the judges, Zabit is well on his way to winning the second round because that early knockdown, the grappling from the early round 1, the striking at the end of that round, Zabit has been on fire this night, but Yair is showing why he's contended for the title. Woo! Low. Seems like Zabit is waiting for Yair to fire off some more of those kicks, but Yair doesn't want to fire off any more of those kicks. He got taken down bad when he overcommitted, and he paid for the price. Superman punch lands for Zabit Magomedsharipov. Another takedown attempt, denied. And we are coming to the close of this second round with 1 minute and 24 seconds, and Yair has been unable to stymie the offense of Zabit, but a nice evasive maneuver there. Ooh, spinning side kick to the body from Zabit. Oh my God, jumping switch kick. And Zabit's just taking his time. You know, he knows that he's had some cardio issues in the past. We've seen him drop the third round to Calvin Kattar, round 3, after putting on a hellacious pace in rounds 1 and 2. And you see that Zabit, he's seen that he's hurt Yair. He's dropped him, he's rocked him, and lands a spinning back fist. Doesn't even opt to follow up. This is borderline a 10-8. But we've seen Yair Rodriguez before. He's gotten a last-second KO, but Yair's going to do something of a miracle if he wants to take out this Zabit. 5 minutes left in this bout before Zabit wins a unanimous decision. Now, if you're Yair Rodriguez, you got to throw everything but the kitchen sink here, right? Oh, but just as he tries, Zabit stuns him again. It's like the power. So, I don't know. It must have been a retirement or something. A little bit more refreshed, not as burnt out from the sport. And Zabit is just showing why fans had him heralded as the next featherweight champion. Taking his time, stunning Yair, showing them that anything Yair Rodriguez can do, he can do better. And time is clicking away. Beautiful takedown attempt, but denied from Yair Rodriguez. The takedown defense has been there, but hasn't been able to get much offense off of it. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. Oh, clinch attempt from Zabit. Takedown, but not masterfully avoided. But Yair needs to get going. He is losing this bout on the damage. He's been knocked down twice in round 2. Ground and pounded for round 1. If he doesn't go for the finish, he has lost this bout. The corner of Zabit calling for punches and bunches, but Zabit seems to be okay with the way the fight's going. And it almost seems like Yair's kind of giving up, right? He's not really trying to press the action anymore. Doesn't really... It's almost like, look, I don't want to go through this bout anymore. He's been dropped twice, and he's almost conceded, look, if I don't get knocked out, that's going to be a win, because this has been the most hurt that we've seen Yair Rodriguez in his career. Turns this into a tie clinch. Nice jab lands for Yair Rodriguez. Overhand. The crowd is rallying behind Yair Rodriguez as he tries to pull off the impossible. Double leg. The corner of Zabit is calling for a double leg. Maybe they can sense that their fighter is slowing down. But Yair, he's got to be tired. You know, he's taking a lot of damage in those first 2 rounds. But the minute is slipping away. Stance switch for Zabit. Body shot lands for Yair Rodriguez. Tries to go for a question mark kick, but misses badly. Oh my lord. Another knockdown for Zabit. Yair Rodriguez. Unable. And a flying knee from Zabit Magomedsharipov to close out the show. Wow. Oh my lord. I'm speechless. I'm speechless. He took his time. He absolutely dominated Yair Rodriguez from bell to bell. Outclassed him on the ground, outclassed him on the feet, and to put a stamp on this type of KO, didn't even get touched. All the blood on Zabit is the blood of Yair Rodriguez. And you have to make for a case that now Zabit is going to be the one fighting for the title against Alexander Volkanovski at UFC 302. Incredible performance from Zabit. This is crazy. Now we know why Yair is dunking him. Hey, the fans said it, not me. This is incredible. Wow. 3 finishes. We are just underway. So today in this pay-per-view, we actually got a crazy bout. Both fighters requested not to be on the main card because they made a deal with the UFC. You guys are familiar. The former 2-time bantamweight champion TJ Dillashaw taking on the former flyweight king Demetrius Johnson. Words are being discussed at this bout right here. Both gentlemen are getting paid $5 million for a 3-round bout. And they didn't want to go on the main card. They didn't want to take any pay-per-view points away from the main card fighters. They wanted to just have one more opportunity to showcase their skill. We know TJ Dillashaw pushing 40, Demetrius Johnson a little bit younger, but has gone on a crazy run and won championship. TJ Dillashaw took some time off to legally do some EPO, and he's now back in the octagon to try and prove himself that this is what would have happened if he cut the weight correctly down to flyweight. This is the second attempt for TJ Dillashaw. For TJ Dillashaw to come back and take on Demetrius Johnson in his return to the UFC in the flyweight division. Demetrius Johnson, $5 million one-off bout in the UFC. There's a signature. And of course, TJ Dillashaw is about to come screaming like a newborn into the mic. Faces red as tomatoes from the grapevine. And we are on our way to what could have been a main event. There's the movement of Demetrius Johnson already on the back foot. Look at the footwork. Now we see the signature movement of TJ Dillashaw. Nice work from Demetrius Johnson, attack the body, but TJ Dillashaw responds. A little takedown attempt there from Demetrius Johnson, from 2 absolute legends of the sport. Oh shit. Leg kick feint, clinch attempt to the double leg. Gets stopped by TJ Dillashaw. He looks so much better this time around in comparison to when he cut the weight before. Tries to take down DJ. Takedown denied. And these guys are putting on an MMA performance, doing a little bit of everything. Cross lands clean for Demetrius Johnson. Head kick misses for TJ Dillashaw. We all know how he loves his head kicks. And we're thinking, oh! Judo counter from Demetrius Johnson. Incredible. To toss the former 3-time D1 NCAA qualifier. And he puts TJ Dillashaw in the crucifix. To do this to a 2-time bantamweight champion is why Demetrius Johnson is regarded as one of the GOATs in MMA. Goes and plugs in a submission. And, you know, it's got to be the weight cut. The weight cut for TJ Dillashaw, it's been the answer. You know, he comes out firing hot, but we saw he got finished in the first round against Henry Cejudo, and now TJ Dillashaw is looking like it's not going to be a happy return. Demetrius Johnson is locking in this choke. That's why he's the greatest. That is why Demetrius Johnson is the greatest. Submits TJ Dillashaw in round 1. TJ Dillashaw came out firing hot, doing his signature movement, but, you know, people were saying that that extra 10 pounds, even though he's not the biggest bantamweight, it just didn't work off his body type. Look at this beautiful takedown counter. Really rings the bell of TJ Dillashaw. Ends up in crucifix, transitions to north-south, and finishes off TJ Dillashaw in the first round. Wow. And you got a feel for TJ Dillashaw. Felt like he did everything right. Didn't resort to using the drugs like he did before, but came up a little bit short. The legacy of TJ Dillashaw is one to be respected. But right now, the night is about Demetrius Johnson, who submits a bantamweight great in the first round.
2 minutes, 58 seconds of the very first round.
This is just...
Declaring the winner by tap out, Demetrius.
Incredible. Wow.
Johnson.
Demetrius Johnson by first round submission. All finishes. Not a single fight has gone to decision. All right. And now we are paying our dues to two legends of the sport. Now, Frankie Edgar, he had retired earlier. Earlier in the year, he took a really bad knockout loss, but took some time off. UFC spoke to him. Look, UFC 300, you've been fighting for us for quite some time. Dominic Cruz has urged out to us that he's looking to retire. He's not looking to be in title contention anymore. And we have 3 bantamweight fights on this card. And Dominic Cruz reached out to Frankie Edgar, and now we're going to have a retirement fight between 2 former UFC champions. Frankie Edgar, the former lightweight UFC champion. Dominic Cruz, the former bantamweight UFC champion. 3 rounds between these 2 cardio kings. And we'll see who ends up being the victor in this bout. Dominic Cruz shaving off his beard. Trying to channel the youthful energy.
Ready.
One more send-off to the crowd before they get going. And another one for Frankie Edgar. Dominic Cruz comes out in that elusive movement. No glove touch. Wow, Dominic Cruz. We got to say something about Dominic Cruz. You know, even in this knockout loss to Chito Vera, he was winning on the scorecards, and Chito Vera just happened to time him with a beautiful kick. And even against Henry Cejudo, some argued that was an early stoppage. And he said that Keith Peterson's kind of, smell like cigarettes. Booze, alcohol, cigarettes, and all that aliking. Frankie Edgar, no controversies of the sort. The losses that he's taken have been pretty flat on, but a nice head kick lands for Edgar. Superman punch attempted from Frankie Edgar, and look at the nice body kick from Dominic Cruz. I haven't seen that out of his arsenal. Head kick lands for Dominic. A nice signature cross, feints low to the body. You see, Dominic Cruz, he's a very hard puzzle to solve. Even at this point in his career, there's so much tape on him. And even now, his opponents have a really hard time trying to figure him out. Switches to southpaw. Tries to go for a back face, but gets intercepted by Frankie Edgar. Punch attempt. Elbow to an uppercut. Some dirty boxing from Dominic Cruz. Uh-oh. Ooh. Takedown attempt stuffed by Frankie Edgar. Beautiful evasive head movement from Dominic Cruz. Like, he's one of the hardest hitting. Oh! And we spoke too soon. What we were gonna say is that he is a very hard man to hit. Frankie Edgar, also known for his power back in lightweight, and he sits down Dominic Cruz in round 1. Now we've seen, Dominic Cruz got dropped twice by Pedro Munoz and has staged up an incredible comeback to win the next 2 rounds. Is he going to be able to do the same here against Frankie Edgar? Yes, he did. Takedown denied by Dominic Cruz. Ooh, Dominic Cruz now. Overhand, lead body hook to a cross. That's a beautiful combination from Dominic. And he seems to have recovered well. Something that Dominic Cruz, the way his cardio works, he recovers from bad shots. When's the last time Cam Newton threw a spinning wheel kick? A couple years ago. Some stinging cross lands for Dominic Cruz. Takedown attempt. Frankie Edgar is looking like the Frankie Edgar of old. This looks like the Frankie Edgar that fought against Jose Aldo in his first attempt for the belt at featherweight. An incredible first round. Frankie Edgar takes that one with a stun and a knockdown. Let's see how Dominic Cruz responds. No glove touch. And imagine that Dominic Cruz is going to be a little bit more cautious this time. Got caught a little bit out of position, got stunned on one leg, and Frankie made him pay for it. That good old Jersey-style boxing. You know that Frankie Edgar has been training with Mark Henry ever since his career has kicked off. And to be fighting in front of his fans here at Madison Square Garden, people from Jersey coming right out, stops a takedown attempt from Dominic Cruz, tries to take down Dominic, and succeeds. Now, Dominic Cruz has normally been a hard man to keep down. Recovers the guard. Both fighters seemingly able to nullify each other's offensive wrestling up until this point. Frankie Edgar able to pass the guard of Dominic Cruz. Dominic Cruz sneakily takes backside after reaching up with the underhook. Now Dominic Cruz passing. Unable to reverse the position is Frankie Edgar. Posture up denied. And now it is Frankie Edgar who comes up and takes the back mount. Transition denied from Dominic Cruz. Rolls to full guard. That transition denied again from Frankie Edgar. This might be the first fight to go to decision. Posture up, but no strikes attempted. Recovers the guard as Dominic Cruz. Transition denied again. Trying to use the cage to get back up. Frankie denies it. And Frankie Edgar is doing a phenomenal job as wrestling, but just as we say that, a reversal from Dominic Cruz. People forget about Dominic Cruz. He was an all-state wrestler in the state of, I think, Arizona or California. And he is showing that he can contend with the former 4-time D1 NCAA qualifier on the ground. But Frankie Edgar hip bump sweeps Dominic Cruz and is now in the mount position. Denies. Trying to stop the elbow to knee connection. And now he's holding Dominic Cruz here in mount. Oh my lord. This is bad for Dominic Cruz. He needs to find a way to get up and out, because the more that Frankie lays on him, he feels the weight. There he goes. Denies another transition. It's now his best time to escape. Unable to do so. Frankie Edgar, for all the talk that we talk about him being a smaller lightweight, he was able to control guys at that weight class too. The real issue has been his entry points, but once he gets you down on the ground, he can hold you down there for quite some time. And it just seems that the fight is now clicking away from Dominic Cruz. Frankie Edgar happy to kind of establish control here in the top position. Seems like Frankie was looking for an armbar. And Dominic Cruz is looking to probably lose the first decision of his career. Well, second. First decision he lost was to Cody Garbrandt. And we know that Cody Garbrandt came out and helped Frankie Edgar train for this fight. They trained together with Mark Henry. And Dominic Cruz is going to have to make a decision here. He needs to finish Frankie Edgar to win this bout. Beautiful movement. And he rocks. Frankie Edgar drops him. Head kick from Dominic Cruz. Wow. Takedown attempt from Frankie Edgar. He's still hurt. Knee lands for Dominic Cruz. This is incredible. The movement of Dominic Cruz is still up and alive after being mounted for the final minute of the second round. And you know, prior to that, Dominic Cruz was having some good success with grappling on the ground, so we never know what the judges are going to say here. Overhand lands clean for Frankie Edgar. And you think that Frankie Edgar is almost kind of trying to skate. He probably thinks he's won those first 2 rounds, and all he has to do is not get finished. We saw with Chito Vera, it looked like he was rolling his way to winning that belt. Chito Vera able to find a front kick finish. Another time, Dominic Cruz stuns Frankie Edgar. Head kick stuns Frankie Edgar. Dominic Cruz being very patient, being aware for any shots. From Frankie, head kick misses by the skin of his teeth. Unable to take down Frankie Edgar. Stops the takedown. Frankie able to chain it and gets the fight down to the ground just to where he needs it to be. Wow, what a third round between these two absolute legends of the sport. Oh my lord. Frankie looking for this takedown here. Dominic Cruz able to reverse the position. If I'm Dominic Cruz here, I'm thinking I'm down 0-2. Because right now, he's got the knockdown. But that second round for Frankie Edgar was such a tough round. 1 minute left. Dominic Cruz needs a finish. Frankie Edgar just has to survive. The wrestling is keeping Dominic Cruz at bay. Doesn't really want to engage. Front kick! Oh my God! Yo! No way! In Madison Square Garden, just like the Chito Vera fight, Dominic Cruz finishes Frankie Edgar with a front kick in a fight that he was well on to losing in the scorecards. You cannot make this shit up. What? What? Dominic Cruz,
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest.
for a man not known to have KO power,
Round number 3. Declaring the winner
KOs Frankie Edgar in round 3. Oh my Lord. I gotta check the cards. If they even let us, man. I can't believe this. Bro. 35 viewers in here. Like it up to a 35 for that, because that was one of the best comebacks I've ever seen in AI play. Wow. Dominant clutch. So let's do a quick recap of the undercard before we move on to our main card, and of course our main event with Charles Oliveira and McGregor. We have Jose Aldo taking on Aljamain Sterling for the first fight of the undercard. Jose Aldo making a return from his boxing scourging and whatnot. And Aljamain Sterling, he took some time off, was trying to get a rematch with Sean O'Malley, but Sean O'Malley said, no, not today. So Jose Aldo, Rob really went down to flyweight. Jose Aldo, he recognized, hey, nobody else in the division has beaten me aside from Jan, and Moraes is retired. I can go and I can still contend for the shot. I still have one fight left on my contract. If he beats Aljamain Sterling, we might see Jose Aldo fight for the bantamweight title again. But Aljamain Sterling is not one to sleep on. We heard that he's been working on his diet. We hear that he's not going up to 165 and cutting so much weight now. He's been staying solid at 155. Making sure that his cardio looks good. And it would not surprise me to see Aljamain Sterling submit Jose Aldo, giving him his first submission loss in his career. Both gentlemen look incredible at the weigh-ins, and we're ready to see two legends of the sport in the lightweight division take off. Two former champions. This card has been absolutely amazing. Jose Aldo taking on Aljamain the Funk Master Sterling. Whew. Jose Aldo in the red corner, donning the Brazil shorts. Aljamain Sterling in the blue for the first time in a while. Jose in the touch of gloves, respect. And off rip, Sterling tries to catch Jose Aldo with a turning sidekick to the head. Jose Aldo known for his defense. And see, Sterling's trying to find where to catch Jose Aldo. Flying knee for Aljamain Sterling. Misses. A lot of people sleep on the striking of Aljamain Sterling. Dropped Jimmy Rivera. Stung Peter Yan a couple times when he kind of dropping his hands low, making him fear the takedown. Even against Henry Cejudo, a double champion that we all know. But Jose Aldo, many have said that Jose Aldo would have been the first guy to finish Aljamain Sterling, not just Sean O'Malley. The anti-wrestler style is alive and well, but a nice knee lands for Mr. Sterling. And Sterling needs to get going. He can't keep giving Aldo so much respect. Beautiful check hook lands for Jose Aldo. And, for all the talk that we talk about Jose Aldo and cardio issues, really, the people that he's faced that has given him cardio issues have been people who have been known to be bruising with their pressure. Right? If he can neutralize you, we saw what he did to Pedro Munoz through 114 strikes in round 3. A freaking record almost matching his 5-round match output. Moraes also finished Sterling. Jose Aldo going to a controversial split decision with Moraes in his first bantamweight fight. His debut at bantamweight. And it seems like Sterling's having a hard time closing the distance against Jose Aldo. And this was kind of like the issue that we've spoken about, right? When he was fighting Sean O'Malley, it took a little bit too long to initiate the grappling. Like, almost respecting him a little bit too much. And this is what we're seeing here. Jose Aldo kind of lulling Sterling to sleep. A nice body spinning side kick lands for Aljamain Sterling. Get some grappling going, but denied. Clinch attempt from Jose Aldo. We saw him use a bit of this against Peter Yan to smother any return fire. Blistering boxing combination from Jose Aldo. This is a classic Jose Aldo fight. Trips him with the legendary leg kicks. You saw those leg kicks in full effect against Peter Yan, Rob Font, Chito Vera. 45 seconds left. But this card has been full of finishes. Nice clinch knee lands for Aljamain Sterling. Woo! Wow, the defense of Jose Aldo is on point. Front kick lands for Aljamain Sterling. Overhead, beautiful. Almost fired off a leg kick at the end to land a classic Dutchie. Block counter attempt from Jose Aldo. Spinning side kick lands for Aljamain Sterling. He might have stolen around with that. Wow. Glove touch between the two. These two have been the first guys to glove touch. Superman punch lands for Aldo. That unorthodox striking of Aljamain Sterling is what catches really fundamental guys well. Now, of course, with the discussion about unorthodox striking, a lot of it comes from the fact that they struggle with fundamentals, right? And when they get somebody that can expose them to that regard, they have a hard time. And we saw it against Sean O'Malley when it came to his entry, doing a nice looping kind of reach and overextended with a punch. He got countered. Jose Aldo's defense is nothing short of remarkable though tonight. Still outstriking Sterling. Punishes the leg kick there. We gotta think about the judges' scorecards, right? What are they gonna think about that spinning side kick that Sterling landed at the end? Leg kick lands for Jose Aldo. A neutralizing performance from the former featherweight champion, former bantamweight title challenger. Head kick just glances off the shoulder of Aljamain Sterling. Feints the overhand. It's a very technical bout. Head kick lands for Jose Aldo and he drops Aljamain Sterling. Clinch elbow. Aljamain Sterling catches Aldo with a fucking Superman punch and Aldo's retreating. Oh my god! Oh shit! Now Aldo got the knockdown, but Sterling is showing he has some power now. He's been working with the nutritionist, and we're seeing, it's the first time we've seen the stinging punches like that. Uh-oh. Good defense from Aljamain Sterling, just almost out of position. Pull counter from Aldo, follows that up with a nice body kick. Don't know what Sterling was going for there. Might be his belt might be a little bit rung too much. Beautiful Superman punch from Jose Aldo. Head kick fails to land. Spinning elbow. Woo! Jose Aldo of old. Body hook lands, and we know what those body hooks do. Sterling shows some beautiful movement. Tries to take down Aldo, but that takedown defense is no joke. The top pressure of Jose Aldo. Now, the difference between Jose Aldo and Sterling's other opponents, right? Peter Yan unable to work any offense on top. Henry Cejudo doesn't really have a submission game, but we saw Jose Aldo's submission game work really well against Rob Font, pressuring with those arm triangle passes. We're threatening to pass the mountain here, and he's out grappling Sterling from the top position. Uh-oh, but we see rubber guard, and we saw earlier today Paddy Pimblet finished Jim Miller, but the round is over. 1-1, heading into this third round. Between two champions. Give it up for them. Might come down to who makes the first mistake here. Jose Aldo rocks Aljamain Sterling with a front kick. Stalking his prey. Beautiful combination for Jose Aldo. Taking his time. Cross. Lands for Jose Aldo. Oh, Bale to the clinch. Jose Aldo to the body. And he is throwing a storm against Sterling. But to see that leg, a couple of those kicks have been checked. And Aldo's feeling it, but he rocks Aljamain Sterling with a left hook. Sterling is feeling the pressure. Takedown attempt from Aljamain Sterling denied by Jose Aldo. Even still, Jose Aldo is up. Another stinging punch lands for Jose Aldo. Uppercut lands at the break. This fight is slipping away from Aljamain Sterling. Spinning back fist for Jose Aldo! Shit! Uh-oh! Aldo's got to get out of here. And Sterling able to get his back to his feet, but you'd think he'd want to work off of his back where he can bring this fight back. Uh-oh. 2 minutes and 28 seconds. Aljamain Sterling is hurt to the body. This is now a beating. Aldo taking his time. Passes the guard of Aljamain Sterling. Transition the knife. Back into the guard. Aldo does not want to play here. Sterling has a very nasty ground game and a mount. Sterling gets full mount. He has the back of Jose Aldo. Oh my God! If Sterling mounts this comeback, minute left for Sterling to try to submit Jose Aldo. He is down on the scorecards. Attacks the back of Jose Aldo once more. Jose Aldo turning up and recovering. Sterling has gotten a second win. 42 seconds left. Crucifix for Aljamain Sterling. Jose Aldo able to recover the side saddle. Sterling looking for the submission to end the fight in north-south. Aldo able to recover position. 14 seconds left. Oh my God. And you have got to admire the heart of Aljamain Sterling to come back and wow, this should be a decision for Jose Aldo, but Aljamain Sterling has gotten himself some new fans today. Incredible bout between two champions and the first fight to go to a decision. Wow. Knockdown for Jose Aldo in that second round. And another knockdown for Jose Aldo here. You know, this secures him the fight, but not enough damage done from Aljamain Sterling. Let's hear out what the judges say.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. The judges score this contest 30-27, 9-28, and 30-27. Declared the winner by unanimous decision, Jose
30-27s and a 29-28 for Jose Aldo. You know, that first round was pretty close, but the last 2 rounds, it was very hard for Aljamain Sterling to overcome the power of Jose Aldo. First decision on the card, but by no means a snoozer. Incredible. Jose Aldo will be looking to take on the winner of Sean O'Malley and Corey Sandhagen later next year. Wow. Wow. So, we have the return of the former middleweight champion. The former middleweight champion, Israel Adesanya, most affectionately known as the Last Stylebender, or as known by the people of his homeland, Israel Mobolaji Temitayo Odunayo Oluwafemi Owolabi Adesanya, taking on Still Knox Drickus du Plessis. And you know, right here, it's been a while. You know, Sean Strickland was able to win a split decision over Jared Cannonier. You know, as a redo of their second fight, Jared Cannonier got the title shot, lost the split decision Won the split decision initially against Sean Strickland, but was lost in seconds. Lost the split decision to Sean Strickland this time. Sean Strickland still holding the belt. So Adesanya is taking some time off, but Dricus du Plessis, he took his time as well. He was injured, and he wanted Israel Adesanya at UFC 300. It's been a high time for these two guys to meet. Dricus du Plessis taking out Robert Whittaker in round 2. And this is the return of Dricus du Plessis taking on Israel, the last stylebender, Adesanya. I'll be very surprised if I see a touch of gloves between these two. Woo! This is incredible. This is incredible. Wow.
You ready?
Israel, the last stylebender, channeling the chakra of the arena. And Dricus still knocks du Plessis, ready to shock the world once more. No touch of gloves between Adesanya and Dricus. Dricus, much was said that he was a very sloppy fighter, relying on a lot of his physicality. But he's proven to show that he's actually a very tactical fighter. Makes note of a lot of film study, was able to note out a lot of Robert Whittaker's tendencies, but it's a very different task. Adesanya acknowledged how well Sean Strickland did against him. Noticed that he himself kind of felt a bit off, but Sean Strickland's pressure was a lot. But he assures the fans that he will not be putting out performance like that again. He's taking the necessary time off. A beautiful uppercut lands for Israel Adesanya. Body hook. Yeah, because they're going to keep those updates for next game. Body hook lands for Adesanya. And Dricus is not. Dricus has a lot more success when he's pressuring. And the good thing about Dricus du Plessis is that he keeps firing when you guys expect him to stop firing. And this is not good for him for the fight to be going this way, right? Usually people end after 2, 3, 4 piece combinations. But he usually goes 5, 6, 7. He just keeps firing off. But by taking this short approach, he's giving Adesanya time, a chance to read him. He can't give Adesanya a chance to breathe. He's got to take from the blueprint of Sean Strickland and make Adesanya think twice about firing off at him. Oblique kick lands for Adesanya. Head kick lands for Dricus du Plessis. There's the pressure. There's the pressure of Dricus. Getting Adesanya to that cage. The takedown defense of Adesanya is still alive. Beautiful leg kick. Cross lands for Israel Adesanya. Beautiful combination. This is the Adesanya we're used to seeing. Shit. 4-piece combination for Israel Adesanya. The activity is up there tonight. Head kick lands. Israel Adesanya stuns Dricus du Plessis. Wisely returns back. Gets himself out of range. Uppercut stings du Plessis off the legs. And Dricus looks a little bit lost, but a body switch kick lands on Adesanya. Uppercut lands again. That uppercut has been finding the money for Israel. Left hook lands for elbow. Pressing him up against the cage. Jumping front kick. This is what DDP needs to do a lot more of this. Don't fight Adesanya to this technical game. And just as we say that Adesanya, he said he wanted to make Dricus suffer. And he drops Dricus in the first round. Body sidekick for Adesanya. Wow. And people have him as a consensus second best middleweight of all time. Looking to redo those wrongs against Sean Strickland. And Adesanya dodges the Superman punch from Dricus du Plessis. Jumping switch kick. And drops. Oh my God. Adesanya up 2 knockdowns against Dricus du Plessis. This is Dricus actually tries to touch gloves. Adesanya is beating his man so bad he knocks some sense into him. Oh, that's new. Dricus he's playing the game plan wrong. He needs to be pressuring Adesanya. You cannot give him space to work. Beautiful. Feints low. Lunges out of the way, drawing out the attack of Dricus du Plessis. Another takedown attempt, but fails. Head kick from Adesanya. He's been landing a lot of those. Dricus able to get the block off. But look at the ratio of strikes landed. 40 to 18. Definitely more after that. Dricus is hurt. And Adesanya staying true to his word. He said he wants to make Dricus realize weren't even close to the same level. Stuns him again. And we gotta think if that cut gets any worse, the doctor might be coming in. Takedown attempt again from Dricus du Plessis. Body kick. Adesanya's putting out a masterclass. And then one can wonder, right? Like, Sean Strickland in the crowd watching Adesanya work. He said, like, even when he fought Adesanya, he was surprised that the bout was almost seemed like he was fighting an amateur, he said. But he's preparing for the best version of Israel Adesanya in their rematch, assuming Adesanya can still close his show out. Dricus is still very much a live dog, but it's slipping away from him. Uh-oh. 2 left hooks land. But 1 left hook. Knee for du Plessis misses. Clinch attempt, and he's slowing down. Beautiful work from Adesanya to attack the body. Superman punch though. Catches Adesanya on 1 leg, and he's a little bit stung by that. Poker facing it. Lances the body of du Plessis. Overhand lands. Dricus is finding his mark with the power shots. And that bruise of Adesanya's is getting bigger, but a counter elbow lands. Drops Dricus. Following up with the ground and pound. Dricus is able to scramble back up to his feet. We might be looking at a potential 10-8. Woo! If he even gets to the judges. Adesanya drops him 1 more time. 38 seconds left in this bout. And if you're in Dricus du Plessis' corner, you might be thinking about throwing in the towel here. It's been 4 knockdowns for Adesanya to 0. But Dricus, he takes the back of Adesanya with 13 seconds left. Not enough to get anything done. Alright, we saw it earlier today in this card. Dominic Cruz able to pull out the comeback against Frankie Edgar. Will Dricus du Plessis be able to stage a comeback? As we say that, gets dropped for a 5th time. Big Dan is looking at the corner that maybe they should be looking to stop this fight. This is an incredible... Somebody needs to call this fight. They need to call this fight. This is attempted murder. This is absolutely attempted murder. Dricus is trying to fight with his heart out. I'm surprised the ref hasn't stepped in. Clinch elbow lands. Adesanya is on fire. Left hook lands. 7 knockdowns. Body sidekick. Tries to land a block counter. Adesanya is torturing Dricus du Plessis right now. Seems almost all hope is lost for Dricus at this point. We just need the cage-side physicians to put an end to this bout because this is just brutal. Where's President Dana White? Body hit. Body kick. Lands for Adesanya. And maybe the fight should have been called off between rounds on the stool. Because Israel Adesanya has just brutalized du Plessis. This is the Israel Adesanya we need to see against Sean Strickland. His kicks were very active. His pressure was there. Wasn't just waiting. He catches Dricus du Plessis, and he hit du Plessis with the Django Unchained. Knocks him out with a jab. Israel Adesanya has returned to the middleweight division in violent style.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Mergliotta has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 55 seconds of the 3rd round. Declaring the winner by knockout.
Absolute slaughter.
The last style bender, Adesanya.
You know, Dricus might retire after that beating. We gotta tune into Dricus du Plessis in the hospital after that. That was bad. That was bad. You know, we had a competitive bout between Aldo and Sterling, and Adesanya beats du Plessis from pillar to post. Wow. So, Kamaru Usman is kind of stuck in limbo. He was supposed to fight Belal Muhammad, but Belal Muhammad unfortunately had to pull out of the fight with an injury. And then when they went to go rebook the fight, Kamaru Usman hurt his knee. So now Belal Muhammad was the backup fighter for Edwards versus Covington. But as we know, Dana White does not like Belal Muhammad for whatever reason. And he has listed this fight as the #1 contender bout, depending on how it goes, between Shavkat Rakhmonov and Khamzat Chimaev. Welterweight bout between two that many have lauded as future champions in the UFC. Shavkat Rakhmonov and Khamzat Chimaev. Chimaev having an incredible war last time he was down at welterweight, beating Gilbert Burns. Shavkat with an incredible bout against Jeff Neal, and recently defeating Wonderboy Thompson last time he was here in Madison Square Garden. But now there's a different animal with Chimaev, the Wolf, Mr. I want to kill everybody. Already off to a frantic start. There's the wrestling. Guillotine attempted from Shavkat Rakhmonov. Overhand lands. Hamza on a retreat. This is the first time we've seen this in his career. Back to pressing forward. Goes for a takedown and takes down Shavkat Rakhmonov. Triangle choke. We haven't seen Khamzat Chimaev tested like this before. Change into an armbar. That arm is almost fully extended. Shavkat Rakhmonov submits Khamzat Chimaev in the first round. Wow. Just when you think Khamzat gets the fight to where he wants it to be, gets submitted by Shavkat. Now, the thing was, Bo Nickel had been saying, you know, Chimaev's record in wrestling was a Mickey record, right? Like, he went undefeated in 3 years of wrestling, only wrestling 12 matches, right? In the Swedish scene. And, you know, he was saying, you know, Bo Nickel was saying, he put it on his parlay that Shavkat was going to win by submission. He said Khamzat Chimaev's wrestling was absolutely doo-doo cheeks, and Shavkat's going to expose him. And that's exactly what happened. Shavkat Rakhmonov
at 1 minute, 37
submits
seconds of the very first round.
and gives Chimaev his first ever loss in the UFC via submission. And well, with a performance like that, virtually untouched, Shavkat Rakhmonov will be facing the winner of Leon Edwards and Colby Covington. Incredible. Who could have seen that coming? So, we're on to our 3 title events. So let's give a quick recap of the card. Paddy Pimblet lands a go-go plata from Rubber Guard and submits Jim Miller. Tony Ferguson, after a rocky start, is able to get revenge on Michael Johnson with a KO in round 2. Zabit Magomedsharipov puts on the performance of a lifetime after a 3-year layoff and KOs Yair Rodriguez with a flying knee. Demetrius Johnson, in a fight that was looking like a barn burner, submitted TJ Dillashaw in round 1. The weight cut was a little bit too much. Dominic Cruz, which honestly, might be KO of the year. Dominic Cruz arguably may have been down on the scorecards heading into round 3 against Frankie Edgar. Drops Frankie Edgar in round 1. And with a minute left in the bout, akin to how Cheeto Vera knocked out Frankie Edgar in Madison Square Garden, Dominic Cruz knocks out Frankie Edgar with a front kick in round 3 with almost a minute left in the bout. Jose Aldo, first round, very closely contested round. Some still sway towards Aldo despite the spinning sidekick there. Second round, neutralizes Aljamain Sterling. Drops Aljamain Sterling twice in round 3, but Sterling almost able to mount an incredible comeback grappling-wise. Aldo stayed very privy to the defense and was able to survive the onslaught from the former 2-time All-American Aljamain Sterling. And he will be facing the winner of this next bout with O'Malley and Sandhagen. Adesanya basically almost commits a virtual murder against Dricus du Plessis, knocking him down a record of 7 times. The corner refused to throw in the towel. The Big Dan was looking at the ring girls. He wasn't paying attention to the bout. Should have had a doctor stoppage there. And Shavkat Rakhmonov, with the statement of a lifetime, submits Khamzat Chimaev in round 1. Now we have the first of 3 title fights. Sean O'Malley, the Sugar Show, taking on Corey Sandhagen in our first 5-round bout of the evening. Bantamweight Championship bout. Sean O'Malley in the red corner. Points at Sandhagen. Sandhagen raises up the crowd. Will he be able to upset Sean O'Malley? No touch of gloves between the two strikers. But we know Corey Sandhagen has shown a pretty heavy wrestling approach. Right? A pretty heavy grappling approach against Rob Font. He was able to 50-45 him. Oh, but he makes a huge mistake against Sean O'Malley. Overextends and already dropped. 40 seconds in. And now O'Malley, like the sniper that he is, starting to draw Sandhagen in. Pressures the footwork. Sandhagen did not figure that he'd get dropped this soon. Oblique kick lands. And the rise of Sean O'Malley has been a very strategic one. You know, we all know the famous soundbite with him and Snoop Dogg. Beautiful back fist lands for O'Malley. Then, you know, in his career, he opted. People had already kind of knew that he was on a different level. They wondered why he was fighting such lesser competition. They said, well, they weren't paying me enough, so why am I going to risk my ranking fighting guys, or like risk my potential in the division by fighting guys that are at a huge risk? And then getting paid the same as I would fight a lower level guys. He fought out his contract, renegotiated with the UFC, KO'd Aljamain Sterling in round 2, and is now making his first title defense against Corey Sandhagen. Beautiful combination lands for Corey Sandhagen. Seems he's gotten his head back in the game since that quick and early knockdown. Front kick lands for Sean O'Malley. There's a takedown attempt, but Sean O'Malley privy to it. Takes out the base leg of Corey Sandhagen. Seems to be a bit of a staring contest here. And, you know, it gets to that point when you get 2 high-level strikers who just kind of reading the smallest of openings. That's how Sean O'Malley was able to get the early knockdown against Corey Sandhagen. And Corey Sandhagen's got to do the best that he can to not let it spiral past this point. Uh-oh. Stinging lead hook lands for Corey Sandhagen. Sean O'Malley did not like that. Spinning back kick lands for Corey Sandhagen. Now, he's going to be down on the cards, but the momentum in his favor, just as we say that. Oblique kick lands for Sean O'Malley. Corey Sandhagen now opting to take the opportunity to press him there. 30 seconds left. Doesn't opt the counter there either. 4 hooks for Sean O'Malley. Right back on the retreat. The elusive striking of Sean O'Malley is something to watch. Dodges the front kick. Workmanlike performance of Sean O'Malley this round. As we go for 360, uppercut counter lands at the end of the first round. Sean O'Malley, momentum in his favor. Oh, tries to fake glove touch Corey Sandhagen. Head kick lands for Sean O'Malley. Predictions in the chat. Who do you guys have winning this bout? What's your scorecards right now heading into the second round? Head kick lands for Corey Sandhagen. Sean O'Malley is hurt. Recovers well, manages distance. Not the first time Sean O'Malley's been rocked. Side kick to the head lands. Spinning head kick lands for Sean O'Malley. We go to our Octagon side commentator, Dean Thomas. What are you seeing? What I'm seeing here is that Sean O'Malley, you know, he's getting caught a little bit moving, circling to the power side of Corey Sandhagen. And Corey Sandhagen now recognizing that and now firing off a nice cross. If I'm Sean O'Malley's corner, get back to the game plan. Get back to circling. Draw Sean in. Don't chase him. Keep circling to the outside of Corey Sandhagen's leg. Then split step his rhythm and look to drop him like you did in the first round. Thank you, Dean Thomas. This is we say that. Corey Sandhagen starting to land some more strikes. Oh, and a beautiful four-piece combination from Sean O'Malley. Does exactly what our commentator Dean Thomas told him to do. Waited, split step the rhythm of Corey Sandhagen, and another knockdown happens. Sean O'Malley is the future of the UFC. You know, some may say that performance against Aljamain Sterling wasn't the best version of Sterling, but by now he's put all those doubters to rest because he is shutting down Corey Sandhagen on the feet, has stifled all the takedown attempts, and it seems like it's only going to be a matter of time before we see a finish. But you know, we've seen crazier comebacks in the UFC, and we can't count out Corey Sandhagen just yet. Ooh. Almost a minute left to the second round. Catches the kick. Front kick lands for Corey Sandhagen. Block counter from Sean O'Malley. Corey Sandhagen is hurt. Whoa! This is not where you want to be if you're going against a sniper like Sean O'Malley. We have not seen Corey Sandhagen get rocked this bad since he fought Peter Yan. He is getting sniped. Uh-oh. This is incredible. Sean O'Malley putting on an absolute masterclass in the striking. Body kick lands. We might argue that could be a potential 10-8 there for Sean O'Malley. But right now, Sean O'Malley is up 2 rounds. Corey Sandhagen, if he loses another round, this championship bout is going to come down to him needing a KO. We are commentating UFC 300 with a fantasy matchup. That's what we're doing. Yep, 300. This is the first of 3 title fights this evening. Head kick. Oh, 360 pound kick. Oh, shit. 360 tornado kick for Sean O'Malley. Oh my God! How did Corey Sandhagen survive? Body knee lands for Corey Sandhagen. Yeah, Corey Sandhagen is gonna need a finish to beat Sean O'Malley. He is losing this bout terribly. Nice feint for Sean O'Malley to get the respect of Corey Sandhagen. Oh my Lord. Corey Sandhagen is stunned. Wobbly legs. Sean O'Malley going for the finish. Corey Sandhagen, you have to admire the heart on the Sandman, but it seems to be a losing battle. He's gassed. He's taking a lot of damage. The cut underneath his left eye is looking back. Sean O'Malley in a dominating performance. Domination isn't even the word. This was outclassed him. Outclassed him everywhere.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes.
Corey
27
Sandhagen
seconds of round number 3. Declaring the winner by
gets finished by spinning kick to the head by Sean O'Malley. Sean O'Malley said, He wanted to make a statement tonight. He wanted to prove that Corey Sandhagen did not belong there with him. And Sean O'Malley will be taking on Jose Aldo. But if you're Jose Aldo and you just saw that, and you just went to war with Aljamain Sterling, who Sean O'Malley dispatched up in 2 rounds, you are going to be for the fight of your life. Wow. Sean O'Malley. Alright, so Sean O'Malley retains the belt at bantamweight. We are up now for our welterweight main event. Colby Covington was hiding from USADA for quite some time. You know, he was waiting. He wanted to wait until it was about 2 years before he actually came back and fought again. And, you know, Leon Edwards was going to fight Bilal Muhammad. Bilal Muhammad, you know, somebody poked him in the eye in training, so Bilal Muhammad had to take some time, tried to fight Kamaru Usman. Kamaru Usman, his knees got hurt. Bilal ended up being the weigh-in fighter for this bout in case Colby Covington decided to see Jorge Masvidal and call, you know, protective services. But didn't happen. Jorge was nowhere to be seen around the arena. And now we have Leon Edwards versus Colby Covington. And if the champion is able to successfully defend his belt, he will be taking on Shavkat Rakhmonov. Let's see what happens in this welterweight main event. Well, welterweight main card. Title fight: Leon Rocky Edwards versus Colby El Cajon Covington. All right. Will we see a touch of gloves? No respect. Colby Covington. Now, a lot of people will say, oh! Colby Covington's D1 All-American wrestling will be enough to take out Leon Edwards. But in MMA, it's a different ballgame, right? Kamaru Usman, D2 champion, has beaten D1 NCAA champions in freestyle wrestling. Oh, but he gets stopped by the cage by Colby Covington! Left hand lands for Colby, and Leon Edwards on a retreat. We've seen him get stunned by Nate Diaz, and the left hand is finding its mark for Colby Covington. He drops Leon Edwards! Right to the elbow! What is going on? Oh, but a guillotine! Guillotine! Guillotine for Leon Edwards! Colby Covington makes a mistake in the guard on Leon Edwards, and he's knocking in a guillotine! What is going on? Uh-oh! Ball flew counter! Are you serious? What is this fight right now? What is this fight? Colby Covington's about to submit Leon Edwards! He's about to submit Leon Edwards with a ball flew! Oh my lord! What is going on? Oh, Leon Edwards escapes! He escapes! What is going on? He's out, he's out! Leon Edwards! Wow! Mounted! Mounted by Colby Covington. This is a bad spot for Leon Edwards to be in against Colby. Wow, we were just talking about how well he fought defensively. Didn't respect the hands of Colby Covington. Knocked down for the first time in his career. Colby Covington going for the arm triangle. Oh my lord. This has been a fucking crazy, insane first few minutes. And Colby Covington trying to submit Leon Edwards. Leon Edwards able to survive the onslaught from Colby. What the fuck? Mounted again by Colby Covington. He's still hurt. Leon just needs to recover half guard. He needs to stop trying to turn a turtle. Wow, I can't believe this right now, what I'm seeing. He took those 2 years off, and Colby Covington's come back better than ever. The Bean Man is failing his people. Transition denied. Transition denied. Armbar. Armbar for Colby Covington. saved by the bell. Colby Covington. Cash just had a crazy round one. Head kicks Leon Edwards, and now he's pressuring. Leon Edwards able to stop the takedown attempt there from Colby Covington. Clinch elbow lands. We know how good Leon does with that. Tries to uppercut, gets taken down again. And some were saying, you know, that Leon Edwards' win against Kamaru Usman was a fluke. And in the third bout, it was really the fear of getting KO'd again that really helped Leon Edwards have that performance. Colby Covington, no fear of Leon Edwards at all. Mounted once again, going for the armbar. No passing the side control. Transition denied. Back in the crucifix. Able to escape the crucifix. Arm triangle again. It's going to happen. Colby Covington is about to submit Leon Edwards. After a 2-year layoff, Colby Covington rocks, stuns, drops Leon Edwards, and is about to submit Leon Edwards to become the new welterweight champion. Just when it was looking good for Leon Edwards, looking clean on the feet, Colby Covington able to secure the takedown. The damage was too enough. Leon Edwards opts not to tap, rather go to sleep and tap out to Colby Covington. Goes out on his shield, and Colby Covington is now the undisputed welterweight champion. He will be taking on Rakhmonov.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Yves Leving has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 33 seconds of round number 2. For the winner by submission and new undisputed UFC.
Dana White very happy to put on the belt to let Colby Covington take EPO and every single drug known to man in that 2-year time off. But hey, Colby Covington gets a submission against Leon Edwards. I may have to shave my beard. Well, let's give a recap of this card before we go on to our main event. The notorious Conor McGregor able to knock out Michael Chandler in round 1. Oliveira did lose his bout to Islam Makhachev, but Makhachev retired after. Oliveira ended up fighting Arman Tsarukyan for the vacated title, able to come away with a split decision win over Arman Tsarukyan. Now facing off against McGregor in this main event. To give a recap to the card, Paddy Pimblet submitted Jim Miller by Gogo Plata. Tony Ferguson KOs Michael Johnson in round 2 in what was a back and forth fight. Zabit Magomedov absolutely outclasses Jair Rodriguez and KOs him with a flying knee. Demetrius Johnson, after a strong beginning for TJ Dillashaw, takes down TJ Dillashaw with a nice takedown counter and submits him via north-south choke. Dominic Cruz pulls out the comeback of a lifetime and ends up KOing Frankie Edgar with a front kick in round 3. Jose Aldo, in a very closely contested bout, and the only bout to go to decision this evening. You know, he close first round, gets stunned at the end of the first, but was winning most of it. Second round drops Aljamain Sterling. Third round drops Aljamain Sterling twice. But now without a scare in the third round, almost putting himself at risk, giving up his back a couple times, but able to survive the onslaught from Aljamain Sterling. Adesanya put an absolute beating on Plessis en route to a third round TKO finish. Probably should have been called off in between rounds. Rakhmonov absolutely shocks the world and submits Chimaev in round 1. O'Malley dominates Corey Sandhagen and finishes him in round 3 by KO. Absolutely outclassed him everywhere. And Colby Covington stuns Leon Edwards early with a left hand and then with a left elbow. Edwards unable to recover his bearings. Able to survive the first submission attempt from Colby Covington, but unable to keep away the raw American steel and gets submitted in round 2. Now we have our main event of UFC 300. Many people were happy. Many people were happy to see Conor McGregor return and get this victory against Michael Chandler. Charles Oliveira. Now, he's been saying that he's been wanting to beat McGregor for quite some time now. Our main event is here. Let's see what happens. Charles Oliveira, Conor McGregor looking to become a 2-time lightweight champion. And we'll see. Whoo! Predictions. Predictions. A bettor has placed $300,000 on Conor McGregor to win by KO TKO for a potential payout of $666,666. Do Bronx by sub. First prediction. By round 2, okay, we have our first prediction. Do Bronx by sub, round 2. What are the other predictions? Other predictions for this bout. We need 2 more. We got Charles. Round 1 sub, so everybody's rooting for Charles. Everybody is rooting for Charles. Let's get our main event of this evening underway. Wow, I cannot believe all that just happened.
You ready?
Notorious decision. Ozzy going for Notorious. I can't even do the thing I usually do. Charles Oliveira, no glove touch. Switch kick lands for Charles Oliveira. Both men staring at each other intensely. Left hand lands for Conor McGregor. Body kick lands for Charles Oliveira. Refusing to take a step back. Body kick lands for Conor McGregor. Knee. Able to stop the takedown of Charles Oliveira. We saw our co-main event end in submission. Clinch knee. People were saying Conor McGregor's washed, but he looked really good against Dustin Poirier up until that KO. The injury, layoff, people had kind of questioned him there. He was able to knock out Michael Chandler in round 1 within a minute. And he let the world know that the Notorious is still alive. Head kick lands for Charles Oliveira. Oh my lord. Just as we say that, Charles Oliveira knocks down Conor McGregor in round 1. We got looking for the submission. Uh-oh. Ooh. Threatening the guillotine. Conor McGregor able to fight out. Good body kick lands from McGregor. McGregor seems to have recovered well from the knockdown early. Now, a lot of these shots that Charles Oliveira is taking, they're not really well set up. Rolling Thunder for Conor McGregor. Superman elbow for Charles Oliveira. Wow. Ducks the spinning hook kick from Conor McGregor. Rolling Thunder again. What a fucking fight. Another takedown stuffed by Conor McGregor. Cross lands for Charles Oliveira. Cheeky lead but lands. Oh, a head kick lands for Conor McGregor, but look at that. Conor already slowing down, but he lands a nice combination at the end. Charles Oliveira drops Conor McGregor once more. This is the first time in Conor's career that he's been dropped twice. Still has the wherewithal to stop the takedowns. The fans have been clamoring for this bout, assuming it'll be back and forth, but right now it's been all Charles Oliveira. Pressure from Conor. Body kick, head kick attempt. 3, 2, 1. Illegal body kick from Charles Oliveira just as he throws it. Oliveira up potentially a 10-8 in that first round with those 2 knockdowns. Ooh, almost was a body kick out of position. Head kick for Charles Oliveira. Takedown defended from Conor McGregor. Unable to mount any offense from there. Ooh. What the fuck was that? Yo! Conor almost blew his lights out. Superman punch from Conor McGregor. Now, he's working his way back into this fight. Remember, we have 4 more rounds to go. And it seems that Charles Oliveira, sensing that the finish was near, is now throwing himself out in this takedown from Charles Oliveira. Senses Conor throws himself out of position. Ground and pound from Charles Oliveira. Wow. Into side saddle. Charles Oliveira going for the arm triangle. We've seen our co-main event end in arm triangle. Is the main event also going to end in a arm triangle? Uh-oh, Conor McGregor has given up 3 submission losses in his career, fighting out of the choke. Charles Oliveira and the champion, Charles Oliveira, du Bronx. The champion has a name, and his name is Charles Oliveira. Wow. Dominating performance from Charles Oliveira. Shuts all the naysayers that he wouldn't be able to take the left hand of Conor McGregor. It's over. Ends by arm triangle in the second round. And Charles Oliveira just showed an incredible martial arts game. Conor McGregor, to his credit, did not tap. Fought that choke as long as he could. Nobody would be calling him McTapper, and he put on a valiant effort, but Charles Oliveira, the champion, has a name. Du Bronx submits Conor McGregor in round number 2. And you gotta think that now, wow, this has been an incredible fight card. What's next for the champions? Islam Makhachev retired. Makhachev already up 2-0 on Oliveira, so there's no interest for him to come back. Showing the levels to the game. Who's going to be next to challenge Charles Oliveira? We don't know. But for right now, the champion has a name. He is Charles Oliveira. Incredible fight card. UFC 300 has come to a close. Incredible matchups all around. Only one fight didn't go to a finish. Only one bout went to decision, and that was between Aljamain Sterling and Jose Aldo. And just so many performances of the nights have to be handed out for that. That has just been incredible. And now we can see the fight stats. So 10-9. We can see the fight stats of every single. All right, let's see the fight stats. This one ended round 1. No judges needed. Oh man, Michael Johnson was up. Fight of the night. It's got to be Jose Aldo versus performance of the night. Zabit versus fight of the night, because fight of the night has to be back and forth. And Aldo and Sterling were back and forth, so that's got to be fight of the night. So O'Malley has to get performance of the night. KO of the night is Dom Cruz and Frankie Edgar. Oh, but look. Oh, the game did it. Adesanya and Nah, that's not fight. That's bullshit. That man got his ass whooped. 7 knockdowns. 7 stuns, 3 knockdowns. Zabit was whooping his ass. Okay. Performance of the night apparently for Demetrius Johnson be a sub. Okay, that's fair. Shavkat should get sub of the night, honestly. Alright. Let's see the scorecards for Dominic Cruz and Frankie Edgar. Frankie Edgar was winning this fight by this. Was gonna win this fight by decision. That's actually insane. Sterling, Aldo versus Sterling. This fight was incredible. He outstruck Sterling pretty good. But man, that knockdown in the second round, and then, whoo! Aldo with the 30-27s and 29-28. Bro, how was this fight tonight? See, this is UFC 5. These would be 10-8s right now. 2 knockdowns, 2 knockdowns. 3 knockdowns round 3. Like, this was a beatdown of all beatdowns. Shavkat Rakhmonov submits him there. Performance of the night. He only got touched once. They did not hand out no 10-8s. It's crazy because it feels like it was much more dominating. They didn't care. 10-9. This should have been a 10-8 for Kobe. And then right here. Wow. Incredible fight card. Well, that's going to be it for the fight card for UFC 300. Yeah, the judges in UFC 4 are ass. But this was restart event. We can exit. That is it for this fight card for UFC 300. We'll have to come up with another fight card. Or maybe we can do a tournament. Tournament would be crazy. Next time we'll do a tournament. And we'll think about in Discord server. I'm going to put my Discord server here. I'm going to come up with an idea for what the tournament should be. Let's see. Let me drop the invite for y'all. This has been one of the greatest cards ever, aside from Leon Edwards losing to Kobe Covington. I am so hurt. I was watching that. I'm like, yeah, he about to knock this dude out. And then, nope. One ain't got submitted. There you go. Yeah, bro. I'm just happy I had fun too. I was bored, bro. I didn't want to play. But that has been an incredible card. Join up the Discord if you already haven't. I am ending the stream. Peace out.